Hello, good morning. It's another rainy day over here in Lagos. So I've been ill and had to take the day off just to rest and then recuperate. For a while, I decided to stay home and rest. Something came to my mind, and it's something I'd like to share. So there's this, I'm on this platform with wives and everything, and something came up yesterday. So it's been a ruckus in the group. People have been bringing up different ideas, different ideologies on how to handle the situation. So a woman's husband has been cheating on her for a long time. She's aware. And anytime she confronts him about why you cheating, why you doing this, he goes, threatens to beat her up and all whatnot. Okay, so she threatened him recently and said, okay, so if you continue with your philandering ways, I'm going to say yes to the next guy who comes my way and I will ask me out. And he went all ballistic then, and his cheating went on a whole new level. He was sleeping with married women, single women, just everywhere. And the question was, okay, how does she handle this situation? Honestly, my comment on the platform was, I just said, and I was being honest, I said, on this issue, I have a lot to say, but I've decided not to say anything because I've come to realize that people who are in abusive relationships, both men and women, you cannot deliver them from that abusive relationship until they decide to deliver themselves. I have a personal experience with my parents. I'm not going to go into that, maybe not today. But imagine how traumatic it was that my mom was being cheated on, was being abused emotionally, physically, psychologically, and she wouldn't leave. It's something I couldn't wrap my head around, honestly. I couldn't just wrap my head around. This is my mother. And imagine me telling my mother, Mommy, move out, go somewhere, get your sanity, and leave. But it's as if she was stuck. I don't know what, I'm still trying to understand what the whole attachment is with abusive spouses. I don't get it. Honestly, I do not understand it. So what I always tell people, that if you want to help people in abusive relationships, you end up being the enemy. You end up being the enemy of progress, because until they decide for themselves that they want to be saved or they want to be delivered and take the first step, taking that step for them will only do your relationship with that person more harm than good. I have a friend who was in an abusive relationship, husband actually. We all talked. Well, she wasn't interested in listening to us. At the end, we ended up being the bad person, the one that didn't want her marriage to work. And honestly, she actually told me to my face that, why is it because you were in XYZ relationship and your relationship is working, so you want me to leave mine? Let me work hard and make sure it becomes a success. See, a man or woman that wants to cheat, whether you pray from now till tomorrow, whether you put on the most sexy lingerie from now till tomorrow, or cook and be on your best behavior, they will still cheat. For me, cheating is basically, it boils down to a lack of respect for the person, the spouse, lack of respect for themselves, because you see, you can't deliver a cheating person. They have to deliver themselves. The same way you cannot deliver somebody in a cheating relationship, they have to deliver themselves. So when it comes to those issues, I am mute. If before you got into the relationship and we notice this, I would probably mention that, have you noticed this behavior? Is this something you can live with? If you say, yes, I can live with it, I'm done. Live with it. But when the consequences start, please, nobody should come knocking on my door, because I've had that situation too many times. I tell you, don't do this with this man or this woman, and you go ahead. And catastrophe, you're not coming to meet Assam and say, Assam, hey, Assam, what you said was true. Hey, how do I will leave you. Sorry, it's your cup of tea, drink it. It's your soup, eat it. Don't bother. I'm not being callous, but it's just the truth. Because if I decide to put my mouth again in your situation, what do you get? So I'm not disturbed anymore. So when it comes to cheating people, please, I tell people, don't involve yourself. As much as you can, do not involve yourself. Encourage, advise as subtly as you can, but saying, leave, let me help you pack your bags, don't even try it. They have to be the ones to deliver themselves from their minds first, before they can physically say they want to walk out of that relationship. So that's just my thoughts for today. Hope you're having a great day. It's about 10 a.m. here. Let me go and rest. I was supposed to be on bed rest, so I'm going back to my bed. See you later. Bye-bye.